Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you are good. If you are new to the channel and you'd like to learn more about cryptocurrency, hit the subscribe button and obviously press on that bell button. We're going to talk about XRP and Ripple in terms of what is happening with their ecosystem. A few changes are happening. There's also something happening in November. So we're going to talk about it, we're going to discuss it, and we're going to kind of put my thoughts to the matter at least, and we're going to go from there. See you in a sec. So obviously welcome. If you're new to the channel, you'd know I do cover XRP a little bit. My last video wasn't quite a hit with you guys. I do apologize because I probably said I wasn't going to go to $20. You know, even I'm a realistic guy. Apologies. If you're a bit hurt about me saying it won't go to $20 and you don't want to 82 times gain pretty much from that and you'll be unhappy with that, well, you know, we're in a financial market. We cannot control the price. We can control other things, and we're going to talk about certain things on that in a bit. But I'll be honest with you, my bias is I hold XRP, I hold Bitcoin. I love them both equally. But let's talk about the pressing matters. I think there's a problem with XRP in terms of branding, and it's kind of a little bit addressed here, okay? I do believe that for the masses, certainly for the minions in the world who have no idea what cryptocurrency is and they only know what Bitcoin is and they've got preconceived ideas about every other coin in the world, it's hard to kind of get adoption if people aren't quite educated, and that's kind of the route that we're on. We need to get to that adoption stage, and we are getting there slowly with everything else going on in the market, but it takes time, guys. Patience is a virtue. Now, Ripple could be doing a massive rebranding while community argues about 1 billion XRP release from escrow. Now, that's obviously a normal thing with the 1 billion release. It always happens. But I want to talk about this bit. Links to Xcurrent, Xrapid, Xvia are gone, which is kind of interesting. Now, Xcurrent, which is a messaging system from Ripple that numerous banks are currently signed up with, RippleNet. Xrapid is a product that offers instant transfers of XRP, and Xvia is another system for payments. Now, this seemed to be renamed a little bit in terms of Xrapid onto on-demand liquidity, and it will continue to allow its customers to utilize XRP. So it seems like they are using normal buzzwords to kind of help with their products and hopefully help usage in terms of business relations and partnerships that will make it a bit easier for them guys to actually understand. You got to think, people in business and banks are not quite educated in terms of what we know, okay? It's just one of those things. They're too busy in the corporate world thinking, blinkers on, let's talk about shit that goes in here, basically. Bit different. So, basically, if you look at this page here, you've obviously got MoneyGram. We've leveraged on-demand liquidity on RippleNet to dramatically reduce our operational costs and process global payments at unprecedented speeds. This is the message we want to get out everywhere for every service out there that sends money. We all want adoption. We all know that Bitcoin is not designed for that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you got to slate it and go, oh, crap, it's not worth anything. Bitcoin is, I'm afraid to say it, guys, and you've got to listen to me, the gold of the industry. Okay, it's going to be. It's going to be that store of value. XRP, though, is going to be that usage to be able to send money without jumping on an aircraft and spending a load of money doing that instantly. Your wealth, in my honest opinion, should be in Bitcoin. Your usage and other assets should be fluid and liquid through XRP. That's my game. That's what I would recommend. It's better for the ecosystem. It makes it a lot easier for people to use it. And most notably, you're going to keep most of your wealth in Bitcoin in the system anyways, and you just move it into XRP to go and send transfers. Boom! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, that's my personal opinions. Not everyone agrees with me. Everyone thinks, oh, I should have done Bitcoin and just have XRP. Well, I don't think that. I think, you know, that's like selling your gold for silver, or it's like selling your gold for a stock market coin that's, well, a stock market stock essentially that's not doing as well. We've got to allow XRP to catch up and get the developments online. working all the time, multiple partnerships and multiple users. We don't have that yet. But I think this is steps towards that, if that makes sense. So other things as well is obviously this, the release of the 1 billion every bloody month, and people are getting pissed, and yeah, okay, I understand why, but also people are getting sick of the people who are pissed. I've always had a bit of an issue with XRP holders, even though I'm holding myself and I'm a big believer in it and I support it in terms of I think this will do well. That's my personal opinion. I think I'm here for money. I'm here to make money in terms of I want to buy a coin that's got a use case. I want to then sell that coin for profits because it has that use case. I don't believe in hodling forever. I believe in flipping. I believe in buying XRP low, sell it when it moons, and then when it corrects, because everything does correct, rebuy it back low with my profit and winner chicken dinner, repeat the cycle. That's my game. But the community side of it annoys me with the fact that they just bash Bitcoin, where in reality they're actually harming XRP on a whole. Like, if you're supportive of it and you are realistic, it makes it better. I don't like unrealistic people. Unrealistic expectations breed negativity, in my opinion, because people then get impatient, people then question it, and then when we have days like this at 24 cents, when they bought at 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, and they dump it, it's not worth it. So, on-demand liquidity, this is kind of the page that I was on about. They've obviously removed the links and all the kind of websites like been brightened up and just made all of it snazzy. And obviously it explains it in very, very quick elements. Avoid pre-funding with instant settlement. By the way, right, PayPal, you bastards. Now, what I will say about these, I've got an e-check and I've got to wait 14 days to get it. 14 days! I can go on holiday and be back off my holiday, and it'll take that long to get my money. It's crazy. And $26 in fees. Fucking hell. It's crazy. Anyways, 40 to 60% savings, 3 seconds to settle, and obviously, you know, every hour of every single day. And I've already read that. But ultimately, this is massively important to get this right. It has to breed that kind of confidence and importance that would go into the corporate world so they understand it. If that doesn't happen, then, you know, people are not going to adopt it, and we need adoption. Main step is adoption. We all know what happened when Bitcoin got heard of. Boom. XRP was the same. Boom. You know, I'd be more than happy with a $5 XRP right now. I really would be, because it represents like a 24x gain, which is crazy in any industry. If someone went to you, give me that, I'll take it. So honestly, if you've got unrealistic expectations, you've got to allow time. You've got to allow it to happen. And they are making steps to do that. And I know there's some frustrations out there, but they are very, very active in terms of the space. And just looking online, you just see XRP, it's just everywhere. And I'm going to come on to why it's probably everywhere, because something is happening. Other things to mention. Ripple launches XRP development platform. This is something that actually excites me more than anything else, if I'm going to be honest with you. An open platform for money, essentially, right? So what this is Xpring. It's a development platform, and it allows other people to build on it to accept and send payments, which is kind of, you know, like, it's like basically a mini DApp if you're gotta make it really little. So this allows people to build on it to use it. Makes it nice and simple. So if you've got a certain product and you want to use XRP to do the payments, the quickness, the settlement speeds and all that kind of good stuff, you can use it, which is brilliant. So it arms developers with the tools and technology to move money instantly across a range of industries and use cases from banking, financial services, micropayments, winner, web monetization and gaming. So this is the bit that excites me more than anything, because I think this is like where I breed from, where I got into the cryptocurrency space, to allow adoption, allow developers to do their thing, allow things to grow naturally. If I wanted to make a platform for, say, video streaming, and I wanted to use XRP, well, guess what? I can use this and I can build my own on it and use the XRP product if I so wish to. Now, again, just want to mention this as well. A lot of technical analysis because of Swell, the Swell conference, and that's kind of my spoiler alert. So if you stay to the end of the video to find out what it was, it's the Swell conference in November in Singapore, I believe. Ultimately, though, there's always going to be a narrative to this. There's always going to be like, oh, hello. And it kind of makes me question, well, hold on a minute. They've just announced rebranding, on-demand liquidity, the Xpring, and all kinds of good stuff. What does that mean? Well, I think, not financial advice, I think it's going to be a bit of a run because I think they're going to announce more and more things at Swell because it's obviously their big corporate event. Oh, it's Ripple. Hey, look at us. You know, like the Tesla events. Oh, look what we're doing. You know, it'll be like that. And I think people will jump in and it could be interesting. So if you're not a holder, crack on. You know, do whatever. Do your own research. Learn, educate. Check out the links below to some courses to learn how to buy into a trend and all kinds of good stuff. But if you are holding and you've been in holding for a while and you're quite frustrated and you want to take a chance, averaging down at 24 cents does not seem like a bad idea before Swell Conference, if I'm going to be honest with you. But like anything, not financial advice, we cannot control the market. Control the controllables. That's basically what you need to figure out. We can't control the market though. You can control though how you conduct yourself in public. You can control how you promote XRP properly. And you know, if you're not doing that correctly, and if you're like going, oh, XRP is going to go to 5.8 there, yeah, people are not going to listen and go, yeah, whatever, mate. So you know, if you are going to be that person, don't be that person because you will eventually get found out, and people could. If you make unrealistic price predictions and you are, you know, you don't put any disclaimers, it could ruin you. You know, if we go into regulation space, then, you know, you don't want to get people blooming suing you. Anyways, this is it. Singapore, the 7th and 8th of November. I want to go. No, I'm not going to do that. I can't even be bothered going to Singapore because it's a long flight, especially from the UK. But ultimately, I will be keeping an eye on it because, yeah, I'm a believer in all things cryptocurrency that has a genuine use case. Anything that's crap, I just go, fuck off, I don't care. But I do believe that being in bed with the banks, using it for that kind of quick settlement, faster, cheaper payments is like massively important in my eyes. Especially when you get paid by PayPal some days. Oh my fucking God, it's awful. But let's just talk about it. I think there'll be some interesting developments here. I do think there'll be some interesting things that will come out of this, little nuggets that will probably get people excited. And like I say at the start, reality is they've got to make it adaptable and overcome the obstacles that they've faced with adoption. If they can do that, then I think things will be good. And I think if you're buying XRP at these levels anyways, I think in 5 to 10 years time it'll be all right, if I'm going to be honest with you. Just always remember though, right, one thing, bit of a tip for you. Take profits. You do not know what's going to happen. If XRP in 5 years time goes up to $5, say, for example, and you bought at this dollar range, just sell. Because what goes up does come down. It's very, very simple. So that's today's video. XRP video done. I'm quite excited about it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I do hold a lot of Bitcoin though, but that's my store of wealth. Ultimately though, this is just the start of the journey for XRP, I think. This is just the start. A long way to go. It takes time, businesses, all kinds of good stuff, but getting adoption, it's not going to be an easy feat. They need the community on side. So, don't be forking it. What's the point?